Brethren and friends, welcome and thank you for watching another video from SuccessfulMasons.com. Again, I'm Paul Cameron from Wheaton Lodge number 269, and we're shooting again inside of Wheaton Lodge number 269 as I stand here in the east. And today we're going to start the conversation about how to re-engage former members, or members that, you know, I think all lodges have them, where they came through and maybe they attended for quite a while, but then all of a sudden they just stopped coming. Right, and I think every lodge has got them, and you know, maybe they had kids and scheduling and conflicts, and they just couldn't make it anymore, or maybe they moved just outside the boundary line of what's comfortable to make the commute each month. But we're going to talk about how to start getting them involved in lodge again. And I say we're going to start the conversation out here because I'm going to give you 3 ideas here, one of which I know for sure works. The other 2, well, quite frankly, I have no idea whether these are going to work for us or not, because again, this is no joke. Wheaton Lodge is struggling right now. We're trying to turn our lodge around and make things better here, and get more members involved. This is a real live thing. So we're going to try these things, and if they work, fantastic. We're going to report back in a few weeks or maybe a couple of months to see how things are going. I'll share that with you as far as what has happened as we tried these things. And with that, please keep in mind, these are the 3 things we're going to be trying. If you have a great idea on how to re-engage your members, please, let's get interactive here. Let's help ourselves out and post in the comments below this video what your ideas are if they're not one of our 3. And we'll try them. You know, we're not bashful, we're not ashamed, we will give it a shot. And how great is that you get an actual live test case of a lodge that's trying to turn itself around that will try your ideas out and see if they work, and certainly we'll give you full credit for it. We just would love the ideas. So please help us out and post in the comments and give us some ideas. We'd love to hear from you. So, speaking of which, struggling lodges, that is, with Wheaton Lodge, if you like what we're doing here, we appreciate all the likes and shares of these videos, but also to continue doing what we're doing here. We've put out, if you've seen it in our previous videos, preparations while the lodge is dark, and the memorization tactics for Freemasons, and the 62 essential questions we created to ask your lodge members so you get to know them a little bit better, and the other videos that we've got out there. For us to keep doing this, we have created a private blog where we're offering a lot more value and information and things in there at SuccessfulMasons.com, and that's kind of like our fundraiser here, and how we're not only trying to reinvigorate the lodge here, but how hopefully we're going to be able to raise some funds here for the lodge. And I always talk about, I'm going to post results in here and share our results with you. So here's the results of what we've been doing so far. This is, I believe, the 8th video that we're putting together in this little campaign. What we need is 30 subscribers to that blog in order to meet the monthly cost for that blog. In order for it to just break even, we need 30 people to subscribe to that blog. It's only $5 a month, and it would sincerely help us out. Right now, after those 8 videos and a few months of doing this, we have 2 subscribers. One of them is a brother that lives in Minnesota, a former member of this lodge for many years. And as an aside, Harry, I know you're watching this. For those of you who don't know Harry that are watching this, he was the former junior warden of our lodge. I am the current junior warden of our lodge. Harry, brother, I can't tell you how many people have told me how much they miss your cooking. Just saying, thanks a lot for that. The other brother is from Oklahoma, which was really cool. He signed up right away as soon as we put this out, and I got a chance to talk to him on the phone. And really, really great guy, and sincerely appreciate his support as well from out in Oklahoma. But the point there is also that we got nobody from Illinois that's following our blog or subscribing to our blog. Some of you know us. You know me. I've done degrees for your lodges. You've been in this room. Help a brother out. Come on now. All right, so there's my pitch for that. So that's at SuccessfulMasons.com. So, but here's the 3 ideas. Number 1 here, and I know that this is working because if you watch that video on preparations while the lodge is dark, I talked a lot about email communications and how we're going to start re-engaging our members and just reaching out to our members, expanding our email list and talking to our members, and just quick little, hey, this is what's going on type emails. And typically at a meeting here, we get 7, 8 guys, maybe 10 guys who show up to a meeting, a regular stated meeting. You know, we had one meeting where we couldn't even open because we didn't have enough guys that showed up to that particular meeting. At our first meeting back after our dark summer, we had 18 guys here. 18 guys, and it's, I had several of them come up and talk to me and say it was just the communication. We know what's going on. We knew when the meeting was. We knew when to come, and and a couple of them commented that it doesn't have to be this big long trestle board of an email, with articles from all the officers of the lodge and all these just wonderful thoughts about Masonry in general. It's just a quick, hey, here's what's going on, guys. We're meeting here. We're going to have a social outing here. We're going to do this and do that. That's all it really takes. So we've been reaching out, and that's been working tremendously. 18 guys at that first meeting. Amazing. So that's one thing we're going to continue to keep doing. That first email that we send out the first of every month, and then wishing people happy birthday, happy Masonic anniversary, those types of things. We're going to keep doing that. The second idea I got from our brother Flores, who said he has done this at times with success, where he's kept a good track of the roles that the different guys have played in the different ceremonies that we have here, degrees and things. And Brother Flores has been here for longer than most of us have been for our current group of active members. And so he remembers a lot of those roles, and when we have a degree coming up or a certain ceremony coming up, he'll reach out to him and say, hey, listen, we could use some help at this one particular role. I know that you used to do that. Would you mind coming by and helping us out with that role? It would be great to see you. Plus, we could really use your help that night. That way, they actually feel needed because they are needed. We do need them help. We do need the help at those roles. But then we can get to talk with them again and get to know them again and re-engage with them a little bit. So we're going to continue to do that a little bit more intentionally going forward. And then the third thing is really for those guys who have moved slightly out of the range of the lodge. Maybe they moved just a little bit too far to another suburb or two out of the way. We're in the Chicago suburbs here, so it's easy to move around and get a little bit too far. So what we're going to try to do is find a lodge in their area and then try to schedule a lodge visit to that lodge, and then let this brother know who lives out there, listen, we're going to have a lodge visit to the lodge that's closest to your home. Why don't you come with us and sit with us? And then that way you can get introduced to everybody at that lodge while you're with us, and we'll vouch for you for certain, to get in there and meet with everybody. And we can all sit together. And if they want to get together with that lodge and start attending that lodge because it's closer to them, great. And that's fantastic. At least we're getting them re-involved, and they're still going to remember us as the Blue Lodge. Or we start talking to them about what they're up to these days, maybe what roles they used to play in the different ceremonies and degrees that we had, so that perhaps we can re-engage with them a little bit later as we need those roles filled. We can just start talking to them. We meet once a month. Come on out. I know it's a little bit farther, but once a month you can take a drive out to meet with us. Maybe once a quarter, every couple of months, every other month, just to come out and visit with us. You got a room full of guys who would love to see you. So that's what we're going to try to start doing going forward. And another thing we're going to do here soon, our next project is that we're going to put together a presentation. I shouldn't say put together a presentation. I've already put together a presentation on lodge visits. But what I'd like to do with that is give that presentation at some other lodges. And the presentation, like I say, it's about lodge visits. So you think about a lodge visit. How much intentional thought do you put behind that? Everyone that I've been a part of or seen, another lodge walks in, they sit, they watch the meeting, maybe we go out socially afterwards, and that's pretty much it. And then you can go home and you can check the box and get credit towards whatever award it happens to be that you get credit for visiting another lodge. But what if you went into that meeting intentionally to add value to the lodge that you're visiting? And there's a way that you can do that. And then while you're there, ask the right questions so that you can learn the best practices of that lodge that you're visiting. Right? Now you're going to get better as a lodge by learning what they do best. They're going to get better as a lodge by learning some of the tips and tricks that you guys do in your lodge to make them run efficiently. And then we've got a way to follow up with them after that presentation so that we can continue to share some best practices over the long run. And as more lodges are doing that together, all of our lodges' quality of our meetings is going to improve. So we're starting right now inside that private blog that I mentioned earlier that you can subscribe to, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, that you can subscribe to. We're going to have a best practices blog that I'm starting right now. It'll be there by the time this video posts. It's only got a few ideas right now, but as we do more lodge visits, We're going to add more and more things in there so everybody can continue to learn from that and what we learn. And if you would love to have us come and visit your lodge, Wheaton Lodge number 269, if you're somewhere near our lodge, we'd love to come and visit you. Reach out to me. Email me directly. My email is just paul@successfulmasons.com. And if it's possible, we'll try to arrange a meeting that works for both lodges. So definitely reach out to us about that, and we can get out there and I can give that presentation, and it should be a good learning experience for everybody involved. Now, if you're from the future and perhaps you're watching this so far into the future that presentation is already posted on our YouTube, and we'd like to record that presentation, by the way, at the different lodges, so maybe you can show off the inside of your lodge, and I think it would be interesting for other Masons around the world who are watching these videos to see inside the different lodges in our area. But if you're watching in the future and that video is already posted, we'd still love to come see your lodge. So please reach out to me anyway. And I'd still be happy to come and do that presentation, or one of our other guys from our lodge can give a different presentation, or I can give a different presentation, whatever. But we'd love to come out and meet with you and learn about your lodge and hopefully add some value, and we can learn from you as well. So hope you give that some consideration. Over the next few months, we're going to be doing those lodge visits, so please reach out to me if you're interested in that, and then look for that. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please do so you can see that one when it comes out. And we're going to continue to put out more helpful videos here, almost like an intender program, so to speak, in trying to help lodges to improve themselves and become more successful. So thanks so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.